We got the you son of a gun. Wow. More shocked that I'm alive for the moment. Oh, hello, you. No, 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 no. Not like this. So today I'm going to be focusing on making my kibble farm, but not like a normal kibble farm that you probably have seen in other people's videos, or rather you have done yourselves. This kibble farm is going to be more aesthetically pleasing than functionality, because most of the stuff that I'm going to incorporate is essentially useless in the game, at least for the task that I'm giving it. But the look of it is going to make so much sense in just a little while. So stick around. Be sure, if you enjoy it, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and let's get into this. So, this is the area I designated again. Like I said in the past, we are pushing back on this cliff, so soon we will take over all of this area. But for right now, we just got this little patch to work with is more than enough space. So let's go ahead and grab some stuff. This part isn't going to be ginormous, hence why I have a smaller designated area. But it is going to be a decent size, at least to fit the Yutys, which we have yet to get. So we're going to start on this side right here. We're going to go, probably here's a good spot, because then I can drag it out and still bring it back, and it'll still be relatively flush. Thank you. I'm going to go one more, if I could get that point to snap. There we go, perfect. And then we're going to go about probably, how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably like one more, so 4 in total. I feel like that's big enough. I don't need a ginormous thing. So yeah, I think we're going to go small here. Because it does have to be a rectangle. Otherwise, it's kind of, that didn't mean to go there. It has to be a rectangle, so that way it kind of looks like what it's supposed to. Like, I can't have a even out square. Otherwise, the whole entire idea is essentially gone in the wind. Because the design in which I'm going for has to work a certain way. Alright, so now let's just fill this all in and see how big of a spot we have. I'm trying to think. 2 Yutys should be able to fit. You know, I'm going to bring it out a little more, because I know I'm going to need a little space to have everything not super flush against one another. Like, there needs to be a little bit of a gap, so that way everything is properly spaced out. Let's go ahead and bring this probably 1, maybe 2 foundations across. Let's go like this. Yeah, 1 should be enough. That's that's definitely more than enough. And we just got to bring this guy right here. If I could get that, thank you. Cool. Now we go ahead and put the door, I think, would make the most sense inward, or rather inside one of the foundations, because this part right here is going to serve as the porch. And let's just grab the door right there. So now we just start by walling this off. Alright, so now we walled this area off. This one's going to be a window wall, actually. Hold on a second, let me just pick at it. Why the hell did that not... What? Okay, then. Anywho, that's going to be a window wall, which I don't think I have any stone ones right now. Right? No, I don't. Okay. Let's now go ahead and just get a ramp. I don't need one of those for right now. Let's put this right here. We'll do fine. Turn those to stairs. There we go. So now that's good. Alright, so let me go back to my base, because I forgot a couple of things. Quick little update. You can see the Phiomia and the beetle are not longer occupying this area, and that's because I moved them right underneath the crop farm, which is kind of what I was trying to do. However, the beetle is still, to my disbelief, not functioning like it should. So it's kind of a bummer if you ask me, so guess I'm gonna have to give up on that dream for a little bit. Let me see. I really don't have a stone thing, do I? No, I don't. Alright, let me make some more things in the meantime. So in case you haven't picked up on it right now, I'm essentially making a mini motel room. not a whole stretch of them, just literally the one, because I don't need that many. And it is a bit of a size thing, especially, damn it, especially for having a bunch of Yutys. I don't need that many. Again, we're only going to get 2 for right now, just so that way we could get this party started, to say the least. And that is on the inside right. Yep, that's working. That is working. Now, I'm not going to have it powered on because I don't want, when the eggs are dropped, I don't want them to start incubating, because that'll defeat the whole point of the kibble farm. Let's go ahead and now get the railings. So let's bring this guy right across like that. And it really sucks there's no skin variants of any of these, because I could definitely make things a lot more pleasing, if you will. We're going to need another wall right here, actually, because that just makes the most sense. Plus, in a normal motel or even a hotel, everything is wall to wall. Everything is not necessarily gapped, except for the porch. So that's kind of what I'm going off of with motels, kind of off of memory, because it's like, again, it works, or it will work once everything's like functional and operational. But for right now, that looks pretty good. I'm going to probably need another window, because that's the aircon units they usually have. Actually, let me grab you, and you. Let me just switch those real quick. I have them all here. And there we go. Perfect. So now, the aircon unit, again, from when I recall being in a motel, usually on the corners, like out of the way, so that way it's not really in the way of anything. And then this is kind of like, although it's a lot bigger than a normal motel room, again, you gotta keep in mind I'm fitting this for 2 Yutys, not just myself, because obviously this is a ginormous property for 1 motel. You'd probably split this into 2. So that's gonna look right. Then we're gonna need a window about here, I believe. Unfortunately, the windows are really small, so it's not gonna look amazing, but eventually I'll probably just fix that with a, yeah, I guess I'm gonna actually, I could do the greenhouse. I could kind of do a little something with the greenhouse, but I'll do that in just a second. So for right now, we're just gonna finish, at least for right now, closing this up, so that way we can actually get some idea of a motel room, not just a simple floor. How much taller should I go? Yutys, I believe, are 3 walls high, right? Something like that, I want to safely say. So let me go by 4, so that way it's a little more roomy on the headspace. Alright, we're just gonna mess that up, because that makes so much sense. Alright, let me just do the corners, so at least I could visualize everything a little easier, because I don't think I have enough on me right now to get all of this going. At least to enclose it all with these walls. Yeah, I definitely don't. We go there, and there. Okay, that's working. And we go like this. Alright, not too shabby, not too shabby. Again, definitely gonna need some light source, so let me actually do that right now. Because again, this is being scaled back, obviously, aside from the door. It's being scaled up for a Yutys pair. So I can use some normal size structures for me that could, in theory, scale up to a regular size structure for them. Alright, so let's see. We go probably about here. We'll do a decent trick. Alright, that looks kind of good. Can I change? I don't think I can, because they're not SS. Right? No. Okay, not terrible, but it'll have to do. So we have the window, we got the aircon unit, which to scale it up, probably going to bring it up by 1. So let me just do that and hopefully not destroy any of these. So let me just pick all these back up. Go ahead and pick you up as well. Yeah, that works a bit better. That works a lot better, actually. So I got to just wall this all up real quick. And And then I gotta pretty much make the roof and then decorate, and that's kind of it, really. It's not a crazy build. I could probably do a little porch thing right there. Aside from the stone structures, see, I would have done wood, but I don't want to risk it getting destroyed by anything in case, like, something like the Rexes I saw popped over here in between episodes, which is a bit unfortunate. So I can't even risk it being in wood, which aesthetically would have made a lot more sense, but it's kind of what it is for the moment. Let's first, before I forget, let me just close this off right here. There we go. Do I want to bring any railings here? Probably not for the moment. Let's go ahead and bring this and enclose this whole thing right here. I'm stuck. That's great. There we go. Oh, damn. What's happening up there? I think it's snapping onto that one on the inside, right? It looks flush, so we're good there. Let me just bring this across, so that way that's all straightened out. Then I just need 2 more. Okay, that's good, that's good. Alright, so what I'm thinking is to bring up another foundation or 2. Like, let me just take from here, because it'll be easier. So bring this part up by maybe 2, if I could get that. There we go. And then put the, where is it? I have this somewhere, the slope walls, I believe. Yeah, let me just grab each of those, and as well, let me grab the U, because the Megalania, I could actually crawl onto the structure instead of just flying over. There we go. Just give that, okay, we can't go that way, that's fine. We will go this way. Alright, this is kind of working, although not perfectly. Like, I'm pretty close to getting it where I want, so that works out. Then I probably will need another ceiling right about here, because what I want to do is basically, let me see, can I just grab one of you without destroying everything? Great. Put this guy right here. And then we go ahead and put, I believe it is the right one, right? Let me see, can I snap you? Perfect. And then we're just going to bring, damn, it's a bit sloped. I mean, I know it's sloped. It's a bit steep, I mean, which might not be a terrible look. Let me just see about something real quick. So my original idea kind of fell through in a sense that it's not going to work. As you can see, I have it ramped down here, which obviously you can't do anything about that angle. So I tried to kind of circumvent it by having like, what do you call it? Different angles going down. Basically, I was going to have it go down every like half a wall until it got to where I am right here at the front of the building. So I was going to have a half wall in the middle, right, like, well, can't really do much there. It's going to have a half wall right at the corner of those 2 walls right there. And then bring up a slope triangle ceiling, or rather slope triangle wall. Then bring down and snap to a next level. So that way it kind of like goes down gradually in levels and stairs, if you will. Obviously, I switched them to the stairs, because it kind of works for a shingling a bit better than a normal ramp would. But again, can't do that because they weren't snapping. At least for right now, I think what I'm just gonna do is just simply bring these a bit more this way, and then bring in the overhang with the ramp down here. So basically just have this all filled up like so. I'm kind of glad that I got the Megalania when I did, because this is honestly making building a bit easier for me, at least for right now. Just because of the sheer fact, although it's not that easy to control or anything, I can climb up walls rather than just hope I get the right thing with an RG. And I genuinely can't understand why I can't go up. It's a little wonky, I won't lie. But again, the job is done. So now I'm going to come from down here, snap over there, so we get a bit of the overhang, which I don't really need you anymore for right this second. So you can just calm down and get out of my way. Thank you. Damn it, I guess I do need you. Alright, so I ran out of ceilings, but you could kind of see where I'm going with this. Now, all I gotta do is just get off this very carefully. It's like a crazy roller coaster ride at times. Switch these over like so. And now, if we come out a bit, although it takes me a while because I don't got no macro wheel to scroll out with. Yeah, it's not terrible. I mean, granted, it's not like it's the best I can make do with. I really wish I could have brought like right where I'm standing over here. I really wish I could have done something so that way it ties the roofs better. But unfortunately, there's really nothing I could do about that because this is ASE. And I don't have all the luxuries that y'all have in ASA. So with that being said, I think what I'm just going to do is finish off this roof and close it up. And that's kind of the shack in and of itself. I need to put something there. Trying to think. That's gonna hurt. Well, since I'm down here, trying to think what else I may want to do and incorporate, or rather, I know obviously like details and everything, but in terms of like the actual build itself, I know I could put these things right here once I actually get the walls there. So I might just go ahead and just finish all the structural integrity stuff so that way it's there and visible. And then what I'll do is worry about decorations right after. So let me just do that real quick. Alright, so we're back and the whole thing is officially built. Like all the pieces are where they have to be for the most part. Again, there may be a couple changes here and there or even in between videos that you may or may not know about. Can't really see much back here, but again, there really isn't anything to look at. So from the front, we start with the front entrance. Oh, went ahead and just built the extension of my generator so that way I could light this thing up and put some stuff in there and power the AC. So first and foremost, we're calling it obviously the Love Shack for literal obvious reasons. The porch, I really do like it. I don't mind necessarily the pillars not really interfering. Like, yeah, this one's in the way of the AC, but it's really not that terrible if you ask me. Like, there could be worse things. So we got the windows, we got the roof. I had an idea where I was going to leave it flat on the top bit up there and then make a whole entire heart. So that way it's like from afar you could see a red heart, which obviously I would have done out of metal so it'd be more transparent. But for the life of me, I couldn't make a single heart. It just never looked the way it was supposed to. It looked like a literal blob. So I just kind of gave up on that. I may come across and fix it up and make an actual heart here and there. Again, in between videos, not going to make a whole entire thing about it because I was doing it for like a literal almost an hour just trying to get it to look somewhat right. And I just scrapped the idea. So anyway, that's the whole exterior built up. And we obviously put pillars, enclosed it enough. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the proper snap point to intersect with the ramps. They would either go right below where they are now, or they'd go through it, and I did not like how that looks. So we're going to have to keep it for right now with that until I play around with the ceilings and kind of close it in so you don't even notice. But now we go inside, and obviously you can see we have everything lit up, and nothing is here. So now comes the fun part. We get to decorate. So I'm thinking to have them over here. So we will have you right about there will do. And let me just change the settings real quick. Yeah, that's a decent spot for it. Again, I don't want the thing over here, although it would make a little more sense. So, hold on. Well, you know, I'll leave it for right now. I may have to play around with it just to see, because I don't want, like I said before, the eggs to incubate. I want it just for aesthetics to have the AC here, and that's really all this is. So I could put this over here and have that not incubate the eggs. That'd be great. So that actually might just be what I do here, because otherwise I'd have to redesign the whole entire thing, and I really don't want to do that twice because it's already hot enough as it is, and I really am not enjoying doing this multiple times like I've already been. I'll have them right here so they drop, and then we should be good. Alright, so now we work on making a couple other luxury items, if you will. First and foremost, they're going to need some water, so we're going to have this come right here, and then we are going to be a little creative in our placement of a couple things. So we're gonna bring... Why can't I see this? You're gonna make me really work on that. Alright. So let me get a mini fridge kind of built right about here is fine. That looks decent enough. The bed situation, what I could do is just throw thatch right there. That would make it look somewhat appealing for a dinosaur, because they're way too small for a bed. And then we just need a couple of things. So let me just see if I have any of them in here. Nope. Alright, so let me do a couple things real quick. Alright, so the next step is to make a little thing for them to drink. So I went ahead and pulled the walls. Now, I hear footsteps. Alright, you stay out there. That's fine. That, honestly, I thought I was gonna get jump scared because I thought it somehow got through that, which would be surprising to say the least. Anywho, let's go ahead and give me a snap point. It's not. That's not what we want. Alright, I guess we have to leave one in the ground. That's fine. Give me that one. There we go. And then we go and bring this. And then we go ahead and drop that there. Perfect. Now I obviously have to connect the water here, which isn't terrible, but, you know, we'll take care of that at the very end. Because right now it's going to theoretically fall right here, which isn't bad. And I might just raise this thing up, just so that way it looks a bit more appetizing and accessible for the Yutyses. Like that. And I believe I have an extra foundation. I could probably just raise it up for the time being, which might just serve its whole purpose. And I could ramp it up so, in theory, if they need to access it, they could literally just walk up to it. Which, they're tall enough, so they probably don't even need a ramp, to be completely honest. Like that. Let's see, how does that look? Well, I need the ramp right now, so at least I brought that for me. You know what? Off to the side isn't terrible. Simply due to the fact that I'm the main one using it, not them. That should pour in theoretically perfectly. I don't know if I want to use this or maybe a trough. It kind of makes more sense to have the water tank, I mean. So now what I want to do is grab some thatch. Yeah, 6 will definitely be enough. We go right here, bring that down, and just drop those right there. Perfect, because they'll be on there, and then I could squeeze right through, grab the eggs, and then we are all good on that front. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the most part. I mean, obviously I want to do a little more on the outside with the heart, just to give it a little bit of a flair to it, but aside from that, there's really not much else to do. So now we just have to get our Yutys breeders and get that kibble started ASAP. Alright, so we got our first Yutys right here. It is a female level 45. Again, levels don't matter for the purposes of the kibble farm, so we're just gonna grab it and go. So let me try to not get killed that easily by staying far away and hoping that I can trank it out. It might be smart to take care of the Carnos, honestly. Sheer fact that, yep, literally for that reason. Birdie. Alright, that's 1. That's 2. Gonna need you on passive. Because now we got the you son of a gun. Wow. More shocked that I'm alive for the moment. Great. Just great. Woo. Oh, hello, you. No. Not like this. Alright, probably the RG was not the right move. Let me grab Alright, whoever's here. Let me just grab somebody. Anybody, please. Clearing. Let me get in the clearing. Where you at? Where you at? Okay. Okay, here we go again. Great. I forgot you will get fear roared. Fortunately for me. No clue where my bird's at, but I got the Tron done so I could always grab it afterwards. Hopefully the bird don't die, because that would be a bit unfortunate. Let's get out of here, because I, A, can't see anything. B, things are just not working too well. Okay then. I don't mind the freeze frame right there. Wait a second, are you dying to the freaking direwolf? You son of a gun. Alright, back to the drawing board. I'll take my lungs and then we'll go. We got another Yutys. Now, this one's a bit higher level than the last. By like a bunch. It's a 130. But it is a female, so at least we didn't really lose out on a female. Now, the thing is, I don't know if I have enough tranks for this. Guess we're gonna do it though. So let's get rid of the Carnos first, because that's just gonna make my life a little easier. Yep, let them heal. You could eat them, heal up a bit, or run away, that's fine. Who was left? There's a Diodon, not crazy. You won't get off my butt, that's not good. I think what I'm gonna do is just kite this thing into the wall and hopefully be able to knock it out eventually. Because 80, even with a ramshackle, it's pretty good. Okay, that did not work out. Let's try this again and kite you so you don't follow me up. There we go. So let's go do this thing. So first and foremost, we're gonna stay on top of the Rex. Because the angle, well, I guess we're gonna not stay on top of the Rex for a little bit. Oh, perfect. Right where I need you. Where are you going? We just started. Alright, I'll wait. I'll wait. And eventually... Hello? Come on. Come on. Wait a minute now. Yeah, I think the easiest way is to just have my Rex just kind of serve as a bit of a pack mule and take the hits. Because it's got a bunch of health and I would rather not lose this Yutys. Oh, that's good, you're not hitting. But I can, so that's perfect. Surely you're not torpor running. Can't be that easy. Oh, you're coming straight for me, aren't you? You know, this texture is almost impossible to see through. I can't tell which way is the ground and which way is not. I guess while you're busy, I will take this opportunity to try and tame you. Because it looks like you're fine. But then again, you do look a bit bloody. Alright, not that bad. Definitely fine for what I need you. And I got that Diodon. Perfect. So my only problem, which isn't my real problem, is that I can't freaking get this thing. Alright, now can you come for me? Just stay on me. No. I need you to stop being a menace and to just, like, this way, please. Oh, perfect. You're trapped. Unofficially, but you're trapped. Come on, any second now. This is like, there we go. Goodness gracious, that really took a turn. Can you drop anything besides, I guess, just food? Oh, that's just the rest of your tail. What level was this by dumb chance? 20? Okay, I don't feel bad. Wait, did I say 20 or 120? 20. Okay. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. So let's keep you sleepy for a while. Let me see if there's any males nearby, preferably at low level. You get prime meat off of that. Perfect. I'm gonna leave those carnos up there till I need them, because obviously I don't want to lose any of this, because it will spoil relatively soon if I don't do anything about nothing. Let me, I guess, give you some more melee. Alright, so while you're down, let me track you, like so. 65 levels. Okay, 195, maybe 194 by the end of it with prime. Not the worst thing. Let me go ahead. I'm going to leave those carnos so that way there's a free source of prime. Hopefully nothing eats them though, because there are scavengers. I don't know how far I'm going to have to go to find another... Ooh, that's a pretty RG. How far I'm going to have to go to find another Yutys. Hopefully not too far. There's the Magiceras. Those are stupid aggressive for whatever reason, but we're gonna leave them alone. Yeah, a lot of mana here, so that's good. A lot of mana here, that's very good. So at least soon I could grab me a nice one and maybe breed a few to get some really nice stats. Yutys, what is that? Oh, that's just a mammoth. Hello there. Yeah, not seeing any. We're gonna have to fly a bit, but rather than just watching that all over again, hopefully to a lesser fail rate and such, I'll just come back when we're back at base with both a male and that female. Granted, nothing bad happens, and then we could finally get going from there. Hey, whoa, are you serious? Why are you deciding to be so aggressive towards everything, dude? You're stupid. I mean, you look great, but why though? Like, just why? Damn, did I lose it? I don't know. Are you dead or are you alive? Damn, man, that sucks. Well, luckily in my travels I saw a lot of females, so I guess there is that. And yeah. I need to take a few days, I think, from this game. This driving me crazy right now. And that was a high level 2. Ooh. There's gotta be Maywing in this map. Somewhere, surely there has to be. Alright, let me go get that female I saw. I think it was like a level 15 or a level 20. Honestly, I've seen them all, so just need to grab one of them, and then we'll be back at base. And obviously a male. Alright, so we're finally back at base. Got the water set up. Got everything situated, the Yutys are inside, and everybody is ready to get things going. So the reason why I'm zoomed out is just so you could get an idea of the scale of everything, realistically. Like, this thing is ginormous. And I'm kind of glad that I made it a bit taller, because this is 5 walls, and they are literally right there. Like, it's crazy. But, yeah. Massive build. And they perfectly fit with, what was it? 3 across. Luckily, I did not plan on that. I planned on it, but realizing how big they are now inside here, very glad I brought this out and just made it bigger. Of course, I'll probably wind up moving them a bit closer so their tails don't stick out like they currently are. Not by a lot, but probably, yeah, like 1 foundation. Actually, let me just set them up real quick by going like this. And now if we look at them from afar, they are quite close to everything. That's fine. And then we go in here, and their tails are in here. So that's perfect. I'll probably just wind up fixing this up with a couple more thatch ceilings. No big deal. But let's start the breeding so that way we could get the kibble rolling in. We're going to change them to enable. We're going to put them on passive, ignore. And now we just copy it to the other guy. And pretty soon we'll know if this whole setup is going to work. Because again, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a real long while, damn. And I have the mating rates turned up. They are some slow breeders. So let me give them their time to shine. And let me give them their literal room to do this. I really wish there was a way to put in curtains without mods. Like, it would look pretty cool to make it more like a motel in the sense that they have curtains where you can't see through. So that way it's like all you see is their shadows and, you know, give him a little privacy, if you will. But other than that, I mean, that's pretty much the whole build. So since I see I've been recording for a while and I am drenched in sweat, I think I'm going to end the episode right here. And that is the Love Shack Kibble Farm with the Yutys. So again, if you enjoyed, definitely hit the like button to show your support, as well as subscribe to the channel for new videos, new playlists that I'm working on currently, like this Lost Island series, so as my others that I've done, and obviously in the future that I will be planning to do. Also, if you haven't checked out already, check out the How Well Do You Know playlist. Every week I put out new videos covering new artists, genres, time periods of history of music, just to kind of spread new songs that you may or may not have heard of. If you know them, that's great. Have fun reminiscing of the old times. And if you haven't heard of them, then I hope I put you onto something that you could add to your playlist and enjoy like I do. And also feel free to comment any suggestions you have for me to do going forward with this and anything else. And I hear a Rex. What do you want? Oh, hello, you're actually in my base. Well, not anymore. Yep, I need a little more base security apparently, because for some reason, a Rex got through metal spikes. Can't explain why, but yeah. So I think that's ARK telling me to end this episode. So with all that being said, hope you have a great rest of your day, and take care.